Hey y'all. So your girl got a new job. Woo. At least that fixed my broke bitch problems. That also kind of explains why I haven't really been active. It's one of the reasons because primarily I'm just perpetually tired all the time. I'm just always exhausted. For instance, I'm working at a hardware store now, so I have to unpack a lot of heavy shit, and they scheduled me for when the truck comes, the day of and the day after. So I have to go in. My ass has to be in the store at 6 in the morning, so I wake up at 5, which is not bad, but not the thing I want to do, especially because I've been staying up kind of late lately. And then, oh gosh, what was it? Just because I'm a generally weak. I mean, not just because I'm a girl, it's because also just I'm so fucking out of shape. When I woke up this morning, my arms were on fire, like shoulders and just right here, and then biceps, just all of it, because I've been doing all this, just lifting, and then I got a cut on my knee. I don't know if you can see it. Got a cut on my knee. Got several bruises on my fucking shin. Both of them. Like, I was hoping this guy load in his a safe he wanted to buy. So I was helping him get it, and it wasn't heavy. And I probably could have picked it up by myself. It was this big ass thing. And then I wheel over the flatbed cart to him, and I help him get it off the shelf, and I just smack the ever loving fuck out of my shin, and it still hurts. And that was Thursday. Also, I have, hey Milo, hey baby. I have just a lot of things on my phone that I could talk about, like just the whole sex and gender are different thing. Like, no, for as long as I can fucking remember, they were synonyms. Gender is just the euphemistic version. Shut the fuck up. If you mean gender expression or gender roles, fucking say that. Hello. Sorry, I'm very low energy at the moment, but a bitch is tired. my sleep schedule's been all kinds of fucked up, and yeah. So now that I've got this new job, I've been kind of thinking about like my generation of just Zoomers, and well, I'm not going up on stage, so I don't care. But the whole thing when it comes to Zoomers and work is because so many of us were just kind of like handed so much. We don't really know how to essentially get our hands dirty. Now, I grew up on a farm, so of course I'm kind of versed in that. But when it comes to the logistical shit, like filling out a job application or all the other paperwork, that shit just makes me just seize up inside. I cannot. Primarily because no one's ever taught us how to do that. And it's kind of like, you're 18 now, bye. Just throw you off in the deep end. You should have known it. Even though the year before at 17, it's like, you're too young or whatever. Of course, that's kind of a little bit of an overstatement. I don't think too young is what y'all know what I'm trying to fucking say. Thankfully, I go in before we open, so for 2 hours, I don't have to wear a mask. So that's great. But when we do open, and I have to wear a mask, I'm taking it off most of the time. Now, thankfully, because I'm indoors, it's much easier to wear a mask, because, you know, the AC, you're not in the fucking heat. I'm not doing extremely hard labor. I'm just stocking shelves. But, sometimes it gets just a wee bit little hard to breathe. Just a little bit. Because, like, they gave me cotton masks with, like, the store logo on the corner and everything. Which is cool because I wanted the black mask and they gave me 2 of them. So that's neat. If I didn't want to have the logo on, I can just flip it around because they're the same side either side. But with the masks, I see a lot of people just either not wear them, have their nose out of it, have it around their chin. Most of the time, I'll just wear it around my chin. So if someone does come down the aisle, I can just flip it up real quick because, like I said, I'm stocking shelves. I'm not really interacting with customers. So the few times I did interact with customers, I'm all lispy. The few times I did interact with customers, though, I barely know the store that well, even though I do shop there. But of course, like I don't know the store layout just because I shop there. But some of the people I was able to help, some of them are like, let me go get someone to help you out that knows better than I do. Which is just, I'm a dumb fuck. Let me go ask for help. The polite version of saying, I'm a fucking dumbass. I need help. And it's kind of weird because, like, you have to wear the vest for the job. And I'm not used to people, like, saying, oh, that's the person to go to. Because usually, at my last job, it was kind of like, oh, you might work here. You might just be buying. I don't know. But now it's kind of obvious now that I'm wearing the fucking work vest. So people will just like beeline towards me and it kind of scares me a little bit. Just because they're looking for something and they have like these wild eyes. They're like, I need help. But other than that, I would just have to say that the hardest part is just getting there at 6 in the fucking morning, especially because I have to go into the front door and they lock the fucking front door every time. So I've been like a couple minutes late because I had to call and say, hey, can you let me in? Luckily, they're not that strict. My boss is super cool. I did drink his Gatorade on the first day, which I feel really fucking shitty about. And then on the first day too, when I was just doing my training, when I wasn't even on the floor or anything, I drank his Kool-Aid and then I ate someone's snack. Now, I'm not going to say it's their fault. It was obviously my fault. But the thing is, on the work fridge, they had a note that said, help yourself. Anything in this fridge is for you, or whatever the fuck it said. So I just took what looked good. Apparently it was good for someone else too, because they brought it for them. And then the same lady whose food I ate, Friday. On Friday, when I had to cut up in a bunch of boxes to stock some shit, I lost her knife. And it wasn't like the store's knife, it was her personal pocket knife, and I felt so fucking bad. I was literally like, when she had left me on her own after she stopped babysitting me for like the first 45 minutes of the job, when she left me alone, I was like stocking my shelves with my little scanner. I'm just like, tears welling up in my eyes, like, don't run out of the store, never come back. Don't, like, I'm so tempted to just like bust out of those fucking doors and not come back ever. But I stuck out the whole day, so I'm an adult. I felt so bad though, because like at the end of the day, I was like, hey, I grabbed the last $5 out of my wallet and I was like, first I ate your food and then I lost your knife. I know it's not gonna cover it, but I feel bad, take it. And she was like, oh, don't worry about it. And I damn near dropped to my knees and started crying because I was like, y'all are so nice. Because usually, especially at my last job, not my family's job, but the job before that, these people work me like a goddamn slave. I had to walk on my fucking tippy toes all the time because I felt like they had mics around the fucking place all the time. Like, so I worked at a nursery, like a plant nursery before, and they're not open anymore. Pre-pandemic, they shut down, so that just means they were fucked up. So they yelled at someone trying to bring in a plant to purchase. They yelled at me for helping 2 people out at once. They yelled at me for helping people when I was supposed to be on lunch break. They yelled at me for all kinds of stupid shit. So now my new job, I'm expecting them to run me like a goddamn slave because it's corporate. But here they're like, oh, do your best. If you have any questions, ask. It's okay if you don't know anything. You know, it's all good. We want to make sure that you feel accommodated. Stuff like that. The fucking mask police. Why aren't you wearing your muzzle? It honestly reminds me of Shimonetta. Like, it's an anime. It kind of went under the radar. It was kind of popular for like 10 minutes back in like 2016. But essentially, they live in a dystopia where they have these monitors on their neck and their wrists, where if they do anything sexual, it's going to go off. Where it's like if they say something overly rude, or if they like draw dicks, it would motion track the dick shape when they draw. It's like, we're almost there. Maybe not for sexual shit, but maybe just for some of the other social ills that we've deemed horrible and demonic. But whatever. Yeah. I mean, I was kind of expecting that. I was kind of expecting them to just be cracking the whip over my ass the entire time. But my boss is hella chill, and I like him. He reminds me of my old chemistry teacher, actually. So it just feels homey to me. It kind of feels like, especially because it's so close, I literally had to walk to work. So, of course, someone took the keys to the car and went to their boyfriend's house. And so when I woke up at 5 a.m. and saw that the car was there, but the keys were nowhere to be found, I was a little miffed. So I was literally walking to work saying, "Hey, did you fucking take the keys?" She's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to." I was like, "Okay, bye. I'm almost there." It's just, especially because I have hip dysplasia, or was born with displaced hips at least, I don't want to be walking around, especially walking to work and back. Oh, Anna? Yeah. Oh, boy. Now, on the topic of sexy shit, I was thinking about actually talking about Cardi B's WAP. Not hers, but the song. Ugh. Now, I am a fancy lady. I am a classy lady. See my tea cabinet? all the fine china. I am a classy Southern belle. And so, of course, when I first heard the song, I was like, oh, that's vulgar. But then I read the lyrics, I'm like, okay, that's actually funny as fuck, though. Like, what was the fucking lyric? It was like, not the Catch a Charge one, it was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to look it up now and fucking try to remember, because it was the writing, of course, it's not the first song to be very sexually explicit, especially for a woman. It's like, do y'all remember I Touched Myself by the Divinals? I was listening to that earlier. Like, that is the OG, oh god, what the fuck, lady, kind of, like, you're being too out there kind of TMI song. So I'm not really fazed by Cardi B's WAP. But I need to look up the goddamn lyrics now, because there was this one fucking line that just had me dying. What was it? Oh, I never lose a fight, but I'm looking for a beating. I'm like, that's a goddamn mood. I'm sorry. And also, the fucking censored version is so much worse. I don't think Wet Ass Pussy is as descriptive or as vulgar as wet and gushy. Ew, bitch. Ew. Just, And then the radio edit is like, because every other goddamn word is censored, so it's just kind of like you hear the sh of like the beginning of the word. Yeah. Regardless. Okay, give me 1 second. Look at how big he's gotten. He's so big. I love him. We still don't have a good name, by the way. I love him so much. Look how big he's gotten. Remember when he was just so small? Okay, you can leave now. Sorry I disturbed you. But I think I'm just gonna dip out now, but like, Now, you see, even when I was a kid, I was like, I don't like modern. I can't tell if that was a burp or slightly throwing up. But even when I was a kid, I was like, modern music isn't. I like the older stuff because I was one of those kids that was like, I'm 13, but I love 70s music, which is like, that was a trope because everyone thought that they were the only one until they realized, oh God, I'm not the only one. It was really funny, that realization about like the mid 2010s when people realized, oh, they grew up with the same fucking music I did. Because I remember, oh God, story time. When I was in the not sixth grade, I was in the ninth grade because I was a freshman. Meow. My cat just walked in, I'm sorry. And you can see the kitten playing with a plastic bag. Sorry for the distraction. But when I was in the sixth grade, in all honesty, I don't even listen to music anymore. I'm just like always listening to YouTube videos. But there was this kid who, because I liked older bands like Journey, Foreigner, Fleetwood Mac, AC/DC, etc., he was like, oh, she's the best. And I wish I could fucking find this, because if I could find this goddamn letter, I would read it for the whole world to see. But he wrote me this poem talking about my spiked earrings and the bat necklace I would wear all the time, and the fact that I liked like Fleetwood Mac and shit, and it's like other girls are slutty and listen to other stuff. And it's like, I remember back when you called me weird. Like, that was my only thought. It was just, especially because he was so eager to like stand up and share it with the whole class. Everyone was staring at me, so I'm just sitting there like, please don't look at me. But that was the story. You see, I never really could get into screamo because, like, I like a certain scream at certain times in a music in a song. Of course, I like the heavier shit. So if you just bust out at like a random point, it's cool. It's but I don't want to hear this whole for the whole 10 minutes of the song. Like, it just makes my vocal cords hurt out of sympathy to hear that. And yeah, there are some songs that I loved and I can't listen to anymore, primarily because there's this one I still like it. I still like the general beat. However, I made an animation to that song, so I had to listen to it for about 5 hours on end, repeating at certain points and just like skipping back and then hearing it and then hearing it again. And I made myself hate that song. And the song is actually Seraphina by Covenant of Thorns. I made an MMD to it. Never listened to the song ever since. Another song I ruined for myself is one time they had karaoke at a convention. So I sang Dreamkeeper by Xandria. Bad choice. Everyone else is like singing the Kim Possible theme or like other anime intros or like whatever the fuck. I just chose a fucking opera metal song. Now, when I had my friends film it, my ex-friends, I remember watching the video and I can hear them talking to themselves, and one of them was like, I love her. And I'm just like, no, you don't, bitch. But anyway, that's just a personal thing. Everyone does have their own little musical journey. It's funny because people get so stuck in their own genres. Like, I have to listen to country music all day at work, so I've had country music stuck in my head. I got a brief moment of reprieve or respite from the fucking country music when they played the Eagles, which is like country rock or rock country. The bridge between country and rock is the Eagles, I swear. But every so often I'll get that, or like Dolly Parton, or like Johnny Cash, or the country I do kind of appreciate. But then it's all like pop country. At least they don't play too much pop country at work, because I cannot stand pop country. Yeah. I blame Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style was the first K-pop thing to really blow up And it was the first thing that really introduced K-pop to America, so blame Gangnam Style, okay? Also, I don't know why people fetishize Korea so much. Like, I understand why people fetishize Japan, and I understand that both countries have the pros and cons. But, like, Korea, not only is it connected to North Korea and just the whole back and forth there, but also they have some things that are just so glaringly crazy that, like, yeah, Japan has the whole, like, weird sexual shit going on with its country. But then Korea has, like, giving plastic surgery as a birthday gift, and then, like, eating dog, and then, like, all this other crazy shit. For instance, the whole idol thing. It's so, I hate saying the word, toxic. It's very toxic, and I hate saying toxic just because the left really claimed that word. But idol culture is toxic in general, just because people follow these motherfuckers around, just lie, cheat, and steal to get something from them, like their hair or their used tissue or their fucking shit or something. I don't know. These people are fucking insane. They'll, like, quit their jobs to take on a full-time, like, stalking position, have these whole, like, I don't want to say it's Reddit, but, like, forums of just where they go back and forth saying, okay, I got the location on this person, so y'all gonna go here. It's like, y'all have too much fucking time and energy and money to be wasting it on some motherfucker that's never gonna notice you. Like, I can thirst all day for Till Lindemann of Rammstein, the German metal band. Man's like 50. He ain't gonna fucking ever come to America and be like, you. Especially because I'm already taken. I like older guys, but I want to be able to speak English to him at least. And also, I'm taken. Regardless. Stans are weird. Also, the whole etymology of the word stan. People say it means stalker fan. I thought it came from the Eminem song Stan, where it tells the whole story of Stan. He was, like, obsessed with Eminem and he killed himself, etc. I think he killed his girlfriend too, whatever. Y'all probably know the story better than I do. I know that BTS recently released a song entirely in English. I think it's called Dynamite or some shit. And I've been hearing it in ads so fucking much lately. I don't care. And I can, even if it's in English, I can barely fucking understand. It's like English, Like, I've heard a lot of Japanese English in anime that sounds so much better than this polished ass song they're using in advertising on major fucking corporate networks. It's 2020. We live in a society. Things weird. Hoes mad. Shit's rough. Shit's fucked. Whatever. Things happen. Okay. I might tell this story because this might be my last story I tell for the night, and then I'm gonna fuck off. Oh, hello, kitten. Oh, hello. He's a shoulder cat. So, I left this comment. Long story short, I did amateur surgery on the person one time. So, you good, cat? You good? You good? Get down. Good boy. So, y'all know some, like, old man strength. Never underestimate old man strength. And then the cat distracted me. I can see it in the viewfinder. What are you doing? Long story short, I was hanging out with some old fucking farts. These, like, ex-military, old bikers, ex-fishermen, old fucks, essentially. Hanging out. I don't think I was drinking with them at the time, but we were just chilling. And around here, I know I'm kind of known for my skills and finesse with the knife. I'm pretty good. They trust me. The old fucks trust me with a pocket knife. I can understand Japanese, and it feels like it comes naturally to me, but Korean is like an alien goddamn language. The sound of it is just weird. Like, usually you can hear sounds in languages that can, like, you can kind of understand, like you might have that similar sound in your language. Korean is like tongue clicking to me. It might as well just be a whistle language. Korean is just a very strange alien language to me, which is weird because it's so grammatically similar to Japanese, and I'm okay at Japanese. So I'm just gonna try to finish the story. This dude had a growth in the middle of his back. Don't know if it was a zit or a wart or whatever the fuck, but it was probably about this big. And so he hands me his sharpest pocket knife, and he downs his beer, and he's like, go for it. And so I'm like slaving in the afternoon sun for about an hour and 30 minutes, just cutting away this guy's back. And I'm like, I'm not hurting you at all. I'm not going too deep. He's like, nah, I don't feel a thing. Smoking out of his pipe, drinking his beer and shit. And so I'm like, okay. So I'm like squeezing all this shit out, and like I'm not squeamish or anything. I actually did have a phase where I'd binge those pimple popping videos or like the bug removal, like whatever. So I get all of it out, and then I get the like there's like a sack usually that holds like the cyst or whatever. I get that out so it doesn't come back, and just making sure he wasn't peeing on the floor because he still isn't litter box trained. So I thought I did a really shitty job. Apparently it went away. And he still thanks me sometimes for it. I don't know, my brain instantly went to super easy, barely an inconvenience, because I've been watching too many of those fucking videos. Let's read this. I mean, it doesn't have to be related to English for me to understand it, because like I said, I still have a weird grasp of Japanese. Maybe this is because maybe it's because America has a Japanese fetish ever since like the 70s. So Japanese culture was like slowly diluted into American culture. So maybe that's why my ear picks up the language better. But Korean, the language itself just sounds so foreign, while Japanese, it might sound like I don't understand it. I feel like I can still pick out syllables or sounds or whatever. But Korean, it just sounds like it's all throat to me. Which is weird because they should still at least generally be in the same language family. Because I know, even if they're not related, the languages aren't related. The grammar is kind of similar, and Japan ruled over Korea for so fucking long. I imagine the language would somehow kind of do this. I digress. Language is very weird. When I took Spanish in high school, I took it for 2 years. I was good at Spanish. I think it's a gross language. I think it just sounds gross. To me, it just sounds like you're spitting in my ear. There's something about, maybe it was just the way I was taught, but they seem like they overpronounced it, maybe just so you can understand each syllable. But then again, when you hear a native speaker say it's like very fast and it just kind of flows. I can read Spanish okay. I can speak Spanish a little because most of it's kind of gone in my brain and replaced with Japanese. But this cat fucking took a shit on the floor. That's really weird. And that's cool. I'm glad I learned. Okay. I gotta get out of here because it stinks because this little fucker shit on the floor. So I gotta leave and clean that up. Hey, you don't run out. You don't run away. Anyway. My Spanish teacher wanted to teach Portuguese because I think that was like her second language. My Spanish teacher, English was her fourth language. So she had the thickest fucking accent I've ever heard. And she was hilarious. One of the things I remember her saying the most was, boo-hoo, go cry. Just like that. Boo-hoo, go cry. I don't know. She told me that Portuguese is kind of like a Spanish and Italian crossed over. Because Spanish is like Arabic and Latin. So she spoke French, Spanish, Portuguese, and then English. Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna fuck off now because that shit stank. Ugh. You disgusting kitten. That's not embarrassing at all. No, that's not embarrassing at all. No, I don't even know. I'll see y'all later. Bye.